Another really important thing that comes up in the SEO cleaning is so many sites come over with really, really slow load speed. I'd like to introduce Jamieson Web King, the director of web performance, because load speed and web performance go together. So it's a great question for you to answer. So we're seeing a ton of this. Google Vitals is coming out. What are we looking at with load speed? Why historically has this been poor? And what are some of the things you're doing to enhance the overall load speed on sites?
Sure. So as you mentioned, with Web Vitals coming out, that's one of Google's new SEO scoring metrics. Officially rolls out May of 2021 this year, but they've been testing out previously. So what we're seeing a lot of times, like load speed wasn't so much an issue. And to owner's point, with the proliferation of these content builders, especially on popular CMSs, the great trade-off with those is it's very, very easy to publish content or to build out new little features, to add certain widgets or designs. The trade-off you make there is performance-wise. So the quality of the code in these page builders, in these tools, your trade-off is bloat, essentially. So you've added your content that's SEO optimized, but now you're running into the issue of like, well, it takes 10 seconds to load. And as that being an upcoming metric, now we're having to go through, and on a lot of the sites that we're seeing these days, many of them have been built with these like very like useful tools, but now we're having to kind of strip that back and rebuild certain portions of these to not use these page builders, so that we're hitting the metrics required by Google for like the load speed times. So other things that you might be seeing like that will impact a Web Vital can be content disappearing or reappearing on certain load speed or on certain devices, which in itself is like hurting your site, with mobile first indexing being a thing now. Historically, we've seen a lot of sites that will have certain sections like on a mobile site showing different content than on the desktop. And now with the mobile first indexing, like we want that content to be the same across both devices. So really what we're seeing, we're taking these sites over, and when it comes to web performance in the SEO world, is making sure that content across the site, whether on your mobile or desktop, is the same, and that whether it's on mobile or desktop, it's loading as fast as possible with as little distractions as possible.